好，昨天说到那个昆恩族的 CEO， 他真的叫 CEO，CEO 好像有点怪怪的。Alva 本来想警告 Eloy， 可是还没来得及警告完，那个可能有点问题的 CEO 就进来了。确实他的态度是有点那个啦，不知道为什么这么想要。不知道为什么他这么想要泰德法罗的东西。对。
Indeed,
my CEO。对啊，他刚讲了 Indeed, my CEO。马吉的 CEO 的呢？水是温的，很像温泉。
There's a rupture up there. Maybe a way in. Yeah, this could get me inside. Oh, looks like this tunnel leads deeper into the structure.
Oh, 真的是韧步吧，这个。过去啊，奇克，扑克。
Stop the turtle. Good. Okay, I'm inside, but how do I let the Quinn in? Looks like an exercise room?
Exercise room.
The living area. It's pretty big, too.
Play queen.啊，但这套衣服真不好看，之后可能还是想要换一套。
Let's hope this is the way to the main door, so I can let the Quinn in.
怎么了？嗯？ 吃一口。
Look at this place. It's pretty fancy for a survival bunker.
真的，比求生碉堡来讲，它也是做的太豪华了吧
There.
？Nice 主操。
Door. Let's hope I can open it from the inside.
我是可以打开来，但我打算等一下再打开。来吧，这边可以捡东西，捡一点。这等一下搞不好有一场战斗。应该是有一场战斗，不然他不会给这么多补血的道具在这边。
Ah, good. An emergency exit function.
Emergency exit. The door is open. Destiny is upon us. I knew you could do it.
What's going on?
The CO is preparing to enter Thebes.
Oh, why are you dressed like Ted Pharaoh?
这家伙想要成为泰德法罗。
Pharaoh, renewed. My essence is the same as his. Across the years, across the generations.
泰德法罗就是一代搞事仔啊。
His will is my will. We are sundered in only one way. I need his final testament, his deepest secrets. And now that the door is open, those secrets are within my grasp. When I have them, I will be complete, as he was. I will have everything I need to save our homeland, and, as Pharaoh did, the world.
Okay. I think there's some confusion here about who Pharaoh really was.
No one knows better than I who he was, who he is. Me. The Renewer, greatest of the ancestors, the man who saved the world.
难怪他要叫 CEO。
You understand, Sobek. You are her, Pharaoh's harbinger, his assistant. Come, we will descend into Thebes together, as it should be. Bring her the raiment.
Raymond?
As he is Pharaoh, you are Sobek. For an occasion this momentous, shouldn't you wear proper business attire?
Whoa. No. No, I am not wearing that. No way.
You will wear the proper attire to mark this moment.
不要
What?
It is said Sobek valued life above all else. Is this true?
Fine. I'll wear your raiment.
果然是法罗。乐色。
Excellent. Shall we proceed? Look at this place. The grandeur.
Pharaoh's domain. Simply breathtaking.
Excellent. Somewhere in here, Pharaoh left his secrets. Let's go find them.
Your Magnificence, perhaps we should leave guards behind to cover
Great risks bring great bounties, Overseer.
I think this way might lead down.
Excellent. Remember every detail of this posterity.
It will be its own chapter. Why to palace
No less than he deserved.
Of course, Your Highness.
So hey, this is weird.
Yeah, I tried to warn you.
Yeah, sort of.
I'll explain everything if we survive long enough.
Those certainly look threatening.
Statues. The guardians of Pharaoh's domain.
Those aren't statues. Look out!
Get the CO out of here!
Guess it's just us then. Here we go.
We have to fight!
Well fought.
Thanks.
Where's Overseer Bohai?
He has decided to return to surface. A wise choice. We can't afford to lose any more diviners than necessary. So, no more delays. We must proceed.
Brianna didn't wake up this...
Yes, that looks like the way. Ever deeper. What is that? A reclining throne, attached to some kind of apparatus. I wonder what it does. An impressive setup. What is it for?
I'm sorry, CO. I don't know. My focus can't read the data here.
What about the living ancestor? Is the data lost to her?
嗯，我靠，全部是医疗床的是呢。
Scan the device, if you will. Please, scan the device.
我才不要！如果你可以的话，请扫描这个装置。请你扫描这个装置，我才不要！你叫我做我就做。
Tell me what your focus reveals about the device.
Made a minor adjustment to the gene therapy regimen and added a new cocktail to treat the symptoms caused by the mutations. Hopefully, there will be some stabilization after the next treatment. God knows what Ted will do to us if there isn't. The early results were so promising. No signs of aging, no cellular degeneration, but now... Oh, if only I had access to my old lab in Bangkok, or my old colleagues, or my old liquor cabinet. Stop it. Got to stay positive. For Kenya.
You saw something. I could tell. Did the data explain what Pharaoh used this device for?
I think he was undergoing treatments to live longer. A lot longer.
Really? Could he still be alive?
Don't be foolish. If he were alive, he would have kept his essence. It would not have been passed down to me. Remember, he was the renewer. Of course he would have stopped at nothing to grasp the secrets of life and death. But not for himself. Everything he did was for a new beginning. For us, for the Quen. And for his true heir, me.
You know, I'm starting to think you're right. You do have a lot in common with Ted Pharaoh.
I knew you would see, in time. Let us continue. His secrets await. Is that a small office? For a minor functionary, perhaps?
An automated...
Look at all this equipment. We are getting closer to the heart of this place. I can... feel it. Break the door down.
I'm going to look for another way in.
Good idea. It's worked before.
Very well. Get to it. Hurry! Break it open! that door? Ah, is that a vent of some sort? Not a bad idea.
How long does it take to pass through a door?
哦，好，那我把声音关小一点，好不好？
大概就我只是陈述我的感觉。
因为他ちょっと气氛紧张ですね。那个 CEO 就是搞事仔的翻版呐、啊。
总是不断的重演。
好嘞。
解决了一个搞事仔，然后呢，你会获得什么新的搞事仔
？Yes。
有时候也是觉得这种该怎么讲？毕竟这种游戏，通常主角总是要完成一些事情，然后途中总是会遇到一些搞事仔，没办法的事情。
What do you have to say for yourself, Ted?
Sometimes dead.
但我觉得其他背景设定下就算了。他这边就已经
Found him on
是
the
在
floor of his office this morning, holding hands. Must have poisoned themselves. I never would have put them to sleep. She was just a girl, for Christ's sake. I offered them life, and this is how they repaid me, by leaving me all alone. But I guess I've been alone since this whole thing began. Alone in bearing the burden. For the past. For the future.
Same old Ted. No matter who dies, he's the one feeling sorry for himself.
Plus his future. Plus his children. Someday they'll come, and I'll be here to greet them. Some tell said my aging has stopped altogether. If anything, my cells are replenishing faster than normal. I just need some time for the mutations to calm down. Time. And energy. Some tests of the reactor can give me what I need. To grow strong again. To get my shit back together. So I can greet.
这人真是有够 egoist。
They're gonna need me. My advice. My guidance. And then I won't be alone anymore.
Pharaoh's secrets. Are they here?
Not the ones you're looking for.
Then they must be in there.
Trust me.
所以我的意思是
We don't want to go in there.
剧情，
等一下，怎样？
这剧情就已经在讲，基本上是人类灭亡后想要重建人类的。然后还让历史这样一再重演，实在是皮尼哭啊！
皮尼克ですね。
对，我觉得其他的作品，比方说续作，就是一定会出现就是类似的搞事仔还是干嘛，那就算了。这作品一直在出现类似的搞事仔，你就会觉得就是
什么类似的搞事仔，他本人还在。
对对，不是，就是你不觉得这游戏就玩一玩，你就会觉得人类还是没有完。给你们这些人活着干嘛呢？你们活着就是为了新的搞事仔，你们总是不断的在搞事。
对，
你不这么觉得吗？
搞事仔永远存在。
对啊，不但有一个搞事仔，然后还有
自诩为搞事仔，
还有新的搞事仔，觉得哇，搞事仔真棒棒，我也要成为搞事仔。
对，
反正历史就是一再重演，你这些事情只要留下有人知道就是这样子，一定有一个搞事仔，一定就会有崇拜这搞事仔的人。
You mad? I haven't come all this way to stop now.
但是 CEO 讲话这样很想吐。
At last, Pharaoh's legacy is mine.
Is that?
It's him.
Burn it to ash.
Wait, no. Pharaoh has it rigged to melt down if...
Kill them too. No witnesses.
やっぱりね。
I want you dead!
Can you use this?
对啊。
Pharaoh rigged the reactor to overflow if he dies. We have to run. Keep moving, okay?
可爱，so on。啊，我觉得这个 Alva 应该是会成为基地的伙伴啦，看起来像。
因为你现在看谁要把 Alva 的伙伴都看起来。
那个 CEO 死啦。
哦。
对啊 ，CEO 死啦，所以我觉得他应该会来被，他应该会被 Aloy 带来基地的，我是觉得啦。
好的。
他死了，他被他那个讲话很烦人的 CEO 死了，对。
他为什么？就是那
崩塌的时候，他摔下来，然后被崩毁的雕像头压死，对。
哦，蛮好的。一个未来可能的搞事仔，现在就。
What happened?
妈，但我觉得。
We found something that will help. Not just your homeland, but everywhere.
But where's the CO?
He's gone. I guess you could say he gave his life to help us attain
这个人艾娃真的很机智，一脸稀松平常的讲干话。
CEO 是个了不起的人，他帮了我们，在里面呢。
对。
You must think I'm eminently stupid.
What? No.
The CO was an entitled egotist who twisted our beliefs into a sickening, self-serving fantasy. And you expect me to believe he sacrificed himself for scraps of data? It's time for the truth, and it better be convincing. Otherwise, I'll simply order these soldiers to open fire.
但我觉得这波海也是个讲理人。
Hold on.
波海，你也是蛮理解 CEO 的。
对
，CEO 是个击败人。
To be honest,
对。
The CO screwed everything up. She brought thieves down around our ears and died like a gutless coward. But we really did find something down there that will help your homeland. If I can take it and use it. Now, if I have to, I will fight my way out of here, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can just let me go. And then take credit when things start to improve.
对啊，这个波海就是我之前阿谀奉承他，但其实我知道他的本质，他就是个王八蛋。对，我知道他把我们的信仰扭曲，其实我也很不愿意，但是我只能服从他。对，因为他 CEO。
妈，亚罗也很讲道理啊。
对，他知道眼前这个人的。
对，
脑子是清楚的。
我都跟你讲了，你也知道 CEO 这个击败人，我事实都跟你讲了，然后我也直接跟你讲，你不放我走也可以，我就杀出去。
对。
你们不想死人，你最好就放我走。我们不需要这样子伤害彼此。
It seems then that our destinies are intertwined. Landfall is open to you. If it will help your cause, you may come and go as you please. But Alva must join you and report back on your efforts.
Fair enough.
Thebes is of no further value to us. Obviously, we're going back to the flotilla. Alva, I expect your reports to be thorough.
Oh, I thought he was going to have us killed. And instead, I get to join you.
Glad to have you. But you're going to need a little help to reach our base. Varl, I made a new friend. I need you to meet her at the Quen Ferry and escort her back.
On it. Can't wait to meet her.
Trust me, you'll love it there. Varl will give you a better focus, and all the data you could ever want. Head to the ferry. I'll join you back east as soon as I can.
A diviner must follow the truth, wherever it leads. I'll see you there.
Hey, you're
Now
back.
that I have Omega clearance, we should have what we need to capture Hephaestus. But before I head to the ferry, maybe I should stop by Landfall. With the CO gone, maybe more Quen will be willing to talk. Might be worth looking around the island, too. I gotta change out of these clothes. I can't believe the CO made me play dress up.
You've made our ordeal worthwhile, ancestor.
Oh.那反正总之回基地一趟喽。但这里还有个问号，靠北啊！沉默洞穴之类的吧？啊，天哪！好，总之先回去。然后我已经40升级了，不呼。 哦，你为什么把金属花拿来基地里面？哈。
Some of them ate more like the Utaru. Called themselves vegetarians.
There she is. I hear you found Thebes. How was it?
Maniacs, lava. What's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I don't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Errant. Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
I should get going.
As soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
Aloy, well met. We've been briefed on our mission, and are ready whenever you wish to head to Cauldron Gemini.
Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping you with?
Indeed. I was hoping we could discuss it, if you have a moment.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up. Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tanakh. Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
等会再来
I have to go now.
测试你的
Do
手
not
臂。
let me keep you.
先跟基地的大家都把话讲完之后再说。这个应该是 Elva 的房间。
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late seal. And there's more ancestors out there. Returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
他好可爱哦！
I also owe you
我一开始就觉得 Elva 很棒啊，就是 Zoe 跟 Elva 都很不错，对啊。
Elva 长得一副很聪明的样子，他就是一个古灵精怪的人。
对，然后他刚刚说，我看了好多资料，天哪，这样，他说啊，原来你是真的祖先转世，不像那位已经过世的 CEO，
还是很会嘴，
不像那位已经过世的 CEO，
真的很会嘴，人家真的是可以睁眼说瞎话。
对。
The ancestors. Is
在
that
场
what
这
you're
也是一个
talking
亚罗伊
about?
蛮需要的人。
对。
And no,
亚罗伊就是老师。
the ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek. Until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that. Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire, like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Farrow, whom we considered the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Farrow, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Farrow spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted Farrow, the Renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse. But nothing improved the CO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door. And more convinced that the title of CO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principal diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right. You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But, based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the Diviners haven't recovered.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
You are not wrong.
I need to get going, but if you need anything...
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about, to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise.
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
Our new Quen friend? The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's all before you. Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
我又被
I
闪
should
了
go
一
get
一
this to
脸。
Gaia.
Of course.
偶尔他们就在闪。
Let us know.
华尔在闪我，我又被闪了一脸。西西也说，单身狗真是海外亚罗伊这单身狗真是
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alba. Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. Me, I think I'll stick to
对 bubble
singing
bath。
to calm the nerves.
他说以前的人会泡叶子来喝，跟我们乌塔鲁人一样，那个叫做茶。对，然后说会点一种有香气的蜡来净化磁场。哦，还有香氛，对，香精蜡烛之类的东西嘛，然后还有泡泡浴什么之类，放松自己，
Slightly
平静。
quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
I need to get going.
Right. You've retrieved the Omega clearance. That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. I'll make sure my gear's ready.
好嘞，贝塔现在不在这里，我好不。先去找寇塔罗。
Looks like it.
The world is in peril, and we fight amongst ourselves. I'm listening.
You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it. And I want you to be there.
Okay. How are we doing this?
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regala's tremor tusk? Right where the river bends?
Sure, if you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
You'll see when we get there. I promise.
Then I'll let you know when I get close.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regala's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the Ten guide your way.
thought I felt the snow chill. This is where Kotalo wanted us to test out his new arm. Hey, Kotalo. I'm by the Tremor Tusk site, where we agreed to meet. Want to test that new arm of yours?
I'll be there shortly.
Thank you for waiting.
Maybe now you can tell me what we're doing here?
Not just yet. Follow me, please.
保持神秘呢，寇泰鲁。
Someone's being awfully mysterious.
You took your sweet time telling me what you wanted to do to the bulwark. Consider this my revenge.
Fair enough.
原来寇泰鲁是个会开玩笑的人。
This is it.
What am I looking at?
Oh, you'll see. Come.
All right, talk to me, Kotalo.
I wish to test the arm on that. It has menaced the valley for some time. Killed more than a few of the Sky Clan. But no longer.
I'm honored to help.
After you. Let's see how this thing likes the taste of metal.
我靠背。干什么？靠腰正要闪缩，哎、靠背。 我靠腰哦。要不要弄东西吃了？我们
好啊。
好，我去弄。我打完这段我就去弄。
Well, I think it's safe to say the new arm works fine.
Agreed.
Then why are you taking it off?
This is what I am now. What I overcame. Anything else feels wrong. Like a disguise. I'll use the new
先
arm.
烧，那先烧热水好了，好，
But
然
the
后
rest
再
of the time, I will simply be myself.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
You have my thanks for doing this with me. Here. Something to mark our victory.
Thank you.
他有给东西啊
I'll，see you later then.
The ten be with you.
对啊，
马上。
对，他给东西啊。
Send this to my stash.
那这一袋药草比较少，是真的。好，我看一下哈，我先来解个回收任务好了。对，因为好像回收任务解完有东西可以拿，有金装可以拿的样子。好。
I can refill my pouch with these later.
这边都是木头哈。